Paraguayan society has been discussing whether the agreement concluded between the European Union and the Paraguayan government was validly celebrated. It has also been questioned whether the local office of the European Union in Paraguay has sufficient authority to significantly change the objectives approved by the financial decision approved by the Commission. It all started when a group of parents realized that through the support of the transformation of the education system of Paraguay, they were accelerating the implementation of the Agenda 2030 and the mainstreaming of gender perspective, rights-based approach, among others, into the education of children in Paraguay from early childhood. They also plan to enforce comprehensive sexuality education to promote issues as gender identity and other sexual and reproductive rights that have postulates that go against Paraguayan constitution. In other words, the new transformation plan, whose implementation is financed by the European Union, promote what most Paraguayan parents better know as gender ideology in schools. The problem is that the action documents approved by the Commission implementing decision classify parents who oppose to gender ideology as a high-risk anti-gender group, and also make it clear that this financing decision main objectives are to fight against discrimination by ensuring the access of more vulnerable sectors, including transgender and transsexual, to education in accordance with the European Consensus on Development and Sustainable Development Goals 4 and 5. Parents state that this implies what the promoters of gender ideology call obstacles and barriers to access education, such as sexed bathrooms and the mandatory use of uniforms in accordance to biological sex, and also the compulsory implementation of comprehensive sexuality education to normalize gender ideology from initial to basic and secondary education. However, none of this was translated into the Spanish version of the annex that was presented to the Paraguayan Congress for approval. Parents alleged that this could have been because if the entire content of the document had been literally translated, the Paraguayan Congress would not have approved it, because it goes against what is established in the Paraguayan Constitution, values, culture, and tradition. None of this was translated into the Spanish version of the annex that was presented to the Paraguayan Congress for approval. As a result of this, the Paraguayan Chamber of Deputies passed a bill to repeal the law that approves the agreement, and now the project awaits treatment at the Senate. If approved, Paraguay would have to denounce the covenant. However, before completing the last part of the process, the Paraguayan government proposed an exchange of reversal notes with the European Union. The Parents Association states that it is necessary to remove the Sustainable Development Goals 4 and 5 from the agreement and clarify that the national constitution of Paraguay
does not contemplate the word gender,
and that Paraguay considers men and women from the point of view of biological sex in the strict sense, that is, the natural biological sex at birth, and does not recognize others outside the binary men and women. However, this would significantly alter the objectives approved by the Commission implementing decision. So, this raises the question as to whether the delegation of European Union to Paraguay would have sufficient authority to authorize the use of the resources donated through the financing decision for objectives that are significantly different than the ones approved by the Commission. Paraguayan parents firmly opposed to gender ideology and stated that they will stand for Paraguayan sovereignty over education.